We really spent over a week turning this Pokemon into an overnight sensation, and we need to talk about it. What's up, everybody? It is me, NintenDomenic, and in today's video, I'm here to talk about our good friend Malamar. My good sis, my good Judy Malamar. We need to talk about how this happened. Malamar has become the icon. She's become the diva, the legend, the moment. Everybody was talking about Malamar, and still kind of is.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend, and she is the moment.
But how did this happen? How did this craze, this phenomenon of Malamar fans coming out of the woodworks and making it everyone's new favorite Pokemon and best friend? How did this happen? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Today, I just wanted to make a quick little video talking about how I think the marketing campaign for Mega Malamar's reveal was done so well that it made an entire new fan base for a Pokemon that may have only had a small one previously, or maybe not a lot of people even thought or remembered Malamar. Of course, everybody has their favorite Pokemon. For some, Malamar is iconic and has always been iconic, but for some, it's not that memorable, but after this, it sure as hell is. But before we go ahead and dive on into talking about my friend Malamar, if you are really a friend of Malamar, you would go down below and hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And maybe if I twirl my arms in the way that Mega Malamar does, you'll go ahead and do it. Hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. It's what Mega Malamar would want. Y'all, this reveal was actually insane. But in order to talk about this, we need to start from the very beginning. We originally got a trailer that no one really knew what was happening here. It was just a bunch of cringy, random people out here doing these weird things, and no one really knew why. They were all just hyping up Malamar, talking about how amazing it was, and everyone was so confused. We were like, who are these random people screaming about Malamar and singing its praises? What is going on here? But of course, like I said, the fans of Malamar came out of the woodworks and was telling its Pokedex entry stating that Malamar is a hypnotist and will go out of its way to hypnotize people, to do its bidding, and to do whatever it wants. Which I think is hilarious that Malamar is just out here hypnotizing people to make it an iconic diva. Like, people, Malamar wanted people to be talking about it and how amazing it is and how everyone is its friend. Malamar, you didn't need to hypnotize anybody to be your friend. I would have been your friend regardless. But I think the fact that this was so silly and so out there was something that caught the attention of a lot of people, but also the fact that they ended it by not revealing the Mega, I think did wonders. It did way more than if they just revealed the Mega on the spot. Because what proceeded to come afterwards, I would say, is where this campaign was so incredibly successful. All of the bios, all of the profile pictures, even in-person events were centered around Malamar. There were photos and heart pictures and upside down things and upside down text. Everything was centered around Malamar for like an entire week. Everyone was creating different memes. Everybody was just including Malamar in iconic and important Pokemon cutscenes throughout history, saying Malamar's always been there. And it's so wild that the entire Pokemon community really came and backed up Malamar in this time. A Pokemon, like I said, that a lot of people may not have even been thinking about, but everyone all of a sudden was rallying behind it. But why? Because I just think it all comes down to, it was just fun. Everything about this was so dumb and so stupid, but that's what made it amazing, and that's what made it so enticing to everybody. But also the fact that we didn't get a Mega reveal at the end of it, so all we saw was just this dumb little trailer of people being crazy out here in the streets, and we didn't know why. So it was intriguing, and we were like, when is this Mega gonna be dropped, if at all? We didn't even know if there was a Mega coming, or if they were just gonna leave it a secret until the actual game came out. So for an entire week, these memes are being created, everybody's just talking about something that we may not even get. But I think it is so rare and few in times to where the whole Pokemon community really agrees and identifies and groups together for something, and it was so beautiful and lovely to see, because I feel like the Pokemon community, you know, we're very opinionated. There's a lot of very opinionated people. So it was nice to see everybody just having fun and making jokes and making these dumb little memes, and everyone was just having a really good time centered around a Pokemon like Malamar, which is the craziest thing about all of this to me. If you look at Malamar itself, it is kind of a malicious and evil Pokemon. I mean, you're still my friend. You're still my friend, Malamar. You know, I am your friend, and that's why I can tell you this. A real friend will tell you like it is. But Malamar is not the nicest Pokemon, so having this like whole whole dumb, silly campaign centered around Malamar made it even greater. But then we moved on to the reveal itself. We actually got to see Mega Malamar happen, and even the way they did the reveal was silly. They did this whole like news broadcast that was hilarious the entire time, going through each of the people from the original trailer and showing that Malamar hypnotized them and that they lived like whole different lives and were whole different people beforehand, and that Mega Malamar has the ability to kind of rewrite these people's personalities and rewrite everything about people, which is horrifying when you think about it, but not horrifying when you're watching it because of the way they went about telling us. They turned something that is innately scary and terrifying and something that I would never want to go through, getting my whole personality rewritten and brainwashed, and made it look dumb in the best possible way. I also need to give a quick shout out to this diva, this newscaster. She was killing it. This dialogue was amazing. When she put her hand on the desk and she was like, "Is this Mega Evolution?"
Was that Mega Evolution?
I was dying. I was rolling on the floor. I was gagging. This diva, she was working for her paycheck. But then around the end of the trailer, we get to Mega Malamar's actual trainer, who has one of the best wigs I have ever seen for comedic purposes. And this tiny little beret on her head, I was also gagging at that. And we get the big reveal of Mega Malamar. We finally get to see it after like a whole 4-minute long trailer of going through all of this. We get to see its design, and it's amazing. This is one of the best designed Megas of all time. So they did this whole long campaign, and it was risky because if they do this and it's not a good design, or people don't like it, or it's ugly, or it looks bad, or it doesn't make sense, people would have thrown the whole campaign in the trash and people would have been over it immediately. But the fact that this design was so freaking good, they knew. They knew they could get away with it. Pokemon knew what they were doing. They thought it through. They were really, really smart on this one, and they executed it perfectly. Now, I actually think that a lot of the Mega Pokemon reveals and how they've been doing it for the whole Legend ZA release campaign has been very smart. A lot of these Mega reveals have been super fun, super interesting, and I actually enjoy a lot of these Megas, if not all of them, not only because the way they were revealed, but they're just really good designs. But Mega Malamar specifically, I mean, this design, this like rainbow pattern going through, and the fact that you can see it in game too, and that it's constantly moving, love. I love this giant Megamind brain going up top. I love the shoulder pads moment with these giant like swinging circles with the glowing neon lights. Everything about this design is so well executed. This is a 10 out of 10, no notes, chef's kiss. I am eating this up. But then again, it's my friend Malamar. I wouldn't expect any less from her. But I think that the fact that Mega Malamar was such an amazing design absolutely benefited this, and it could have brought the whole campaign down, but because it was so good, it didn't. And this is why I say that Mega Malamar is easily one of the best, if not the best, form or new Mega or new reveal for a Pokemon that we have ever received. It brought the community together in a way that I have not seen in a very, very long time. People were having fun, people were having a good time, and it all came together in the end for a silly little thing that revealed an awesome design Pokemon. And I think the true stamp of success for this is that this is a Pokemon that now a lot of people moving forward in our lives as Pokemon fans, people are gonna have a love and appreciation for Malamar that they never had before. And some people probably weren't even thinking about Malamar until this, but they are never gonna forget her now. But that's really all I wanted to talk about in today's video. I just wanted to rant about how successful I think this Mega Malamar reveal campaign was. And I actually really have enjoyed all of these reveal trailers going on for the new Megas for Legend ZA, and I think that this is such an exciting time for Pokemon, and I really hope that they keep these moving forward for a lot of their other new games, and seeing how successful and well received these were, and just keep it going, because this is the successful way to do this, I feel, and to get these people invested and to get your fan base interested in these new forms and new Pokemon. Definitely let me know down in the comment section below, do you like Mega Malamar? What about this campaign did you like? Do you think it was successful? Definitely talk about it down in the comment section below. Y'all know I love hearing all your opinions and responding to all the comments, especially for something like this that was just so much fun to talk about. And also, what a time to experience. Like, I'm so happy that I was able to be a part of this. But that will be all for today's video. Thank y'all so much for watching as always. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did making, and I hope to see you all in the next video. And can we just give one last round of applause for my friend Malamar? I mean, she is really the moment. You deserve all the love and appreciation the world has to offer, girl. And I most likely will be using you on my team.